I'm saying and I'll say it again. If my husband cheats, I'm not leaving him. I am dying with him.
Woman, look after yourself. Look after you.
I'm saying and I'll say it again. If my husband cheats, I'm not leaving him. I am dying with him. If you want to be the side chick, it's your business. Join, you can enjoy your side chick. Don't know tomorrow to come out. No more go to down my me the car in Japan near gram. When you want to really game. You are going to be doing a bushman be doing. We are side chick. We are side though. You want 100 Ghana. And then you want open 100 million. No money 100 Ghana. You must some. Do only see you know what media and media. What was your business over? I'm on the Saturday. I made so many of the other. Whatever you know, was no what at your own cost. Media Colano as I'm washing. Minyan, what you know? Minyan and net mechanic shirt because the question university. Maybe it's my fault that my husband is cheating on me. Maybe some things a woman needs to do at home, I'm not doing it for him. So if my husband cheats, I need to know the reason why he's doing it. If it's prayer, I need to pray for him. If it's pumping, I need to pamper him. If it's something I need to do to make that man hate divorce. So something God hates, if you want to enter, think twice before you enter. You picked the guy you were going out with, and when he got angry, you saw his anger in the way he wanted to slap you. You couldn't deal with it. You didn't work towards it. And you accepted to say, I do. And you are telling me that if the guy start beating you, I should advise you to divorce. I cannot do that. Because I won't be the one to separate it. I'm not giving up. Somebody says, oh, I fall in love, I got broken heart, so I won't marry again. I won't love again. Go laugh, my friend, forget. Go and laugh. Forget them. If they break your heart, laugh again. Life matters. Don't worry about who left you, who disappointed you. Go. There's somebody waiting to love you. Yeah. Why are we killing ourselves in the name of I can't trust anybody? I don't even want to trust anybody. I want to live life. Yeah. If I walk with you and I'll be careful because experiences will make us careful. Yeah. Let me love you today. I don't know what tomorrow holds. If you disappoint me tomorrow, it's tomorrow. Today, let me love you today. I want to love you today. But maybe the love we can do today can bring my pressure down. Yeah. So I'm not thinking of no, it's done. So it's open world for me now. And I'm open to experience everything. Just shaping by God, but open. I realized serving God is not that stiff. They made us, what is this? Hey, they put me in the corner and I was, oh, you grew in a duku chinchin. Now, what boy, make me do gradam bonsa. Duku ma, they said, boy, and you want Jim. I just love you. You know? Hey, we careful. Yeah, just say Jimmy. You know, serving God is beautiful. It's beautiful. Let's not make it look as safe. We are supposed to be like village people before people will know we are holy. I don't need that. Yeah. For me, it's about me and God. And now I'm a free bird. I want to fly. I want to enjoy the coldness. I want to enjoy the hotness. But we have enjoyed all that. Yeah. We've seen the pain and the frustration. We've been disappointed so many times. I got depressed. My daughters would look at me and say, hey, you don't want life? Get out. But my girl said, I pray that everybody will have somebody they can call their own. A friend. A sister, brothers, that you can know that you can be weak to them and they'll be there for you. Me, my strength is my kids. My boy looked at me and said, you know, you're beautiful. He's just 8 years. He said, you're so beautiful. I see a beautiful you, so go out there and do it. My boy, she said, well, don't come back home. What are you coming to do home? We are good in the house. Go, just go. Sometimes I'm worried. Are you okay? He said, can you live a life? Leave us alone and have a life. Now, I don't go out and I'm scared because my girls are telling me, we are okay, we don't come. Do you have somebody to take you out? Just go out. Go to friends. This one, they asked me, so who are your friends? Because you are just like this. Nothing else, ministry. And you call this a God, but you don't go to it. I said, go out.
You know, God has a way of always placing some people, you know, in your life who will always be like reality check. When the world is against you, those ones, you know, the ones you don't expect from, you know, to say.
They are there. The ones we're expecting to be there for us. Me in life, I always say this, and I won't be hypocrite about it. You know, they love to call you their own when they see you up there. Yeah. but they don't ever want to be with you in your struggle. No, nobody can tell me, as I said here, man of God, a woman of God can say that my struggle till now, my pain till now, anybody is part, nobody has ever contributed to it. Sometimes you just have to end everything. Sometimes you have to open the door for some people to walk out of your life. Sometimes the people you are comfortable with, the people you think they love you, the people you've trusted, sometimes you need to open your door to let them out. Because some of them are there, they are pinning you, but they're the same people comforting you. There are some people, they behave as if they love you. They are still in your camp. They are still with you, taking information to your enemies. Please take the bold step. Make a decision, open your door and suck them out of your life. Lock your door against negativity. People that bring negativity into your life, walk them out of your life. And close your door.
It took me a little bit to get to talking about this lady that trending on Ghanaian TikTok for I think a few days, if not a few weeks, Counselor Charlotte Oduro. By the way, Gina Chumesi here, your favorite psych nurse practitioner, where on this internet street I talk about everything concerning toxic relationships, narcissistic relationships, abusive relationships, recognizing red flags, how to not stay too long in should I go, should I stay, how to heal from separation, from divorce, how to level up, how to find yourself. Well, anyways, a lot of people are coming for her regarding how she presented herself, especially in the church, regarding marriage overall, the role, gender roles, and her role, and how she encouraged the congregation, most of her followers, to twist themselves into a pretzel in order to please the man, to keep their marriage. Like, her messaging was mostly on the fact that a woman is supposed to do all the things, if you know what I mean, all the things. If you're Ghanaian, if you know, you know. If you're African, if you know, you know. If you're in a church community and you're a woman who is married, you know. The cooking, the cleaning, the going above and beyond, the being able to take care of the children on top of working, having your own money, but still have to contribute 50%, and he's contributing 50%, but he's not required to do the heavy lifting of doing the home stuff, meaning the cooking, the cleaning, or hiring reasonable, fair workers to help the woman. If you have more than a child, you know how much the mental load and the physical load it is to keep a home going and to cater to a man. And to, one of her stories, or maybe the thing that broke the camel back for her was one of the podcast that she was interviewed in, where she mentioned having to wake up in the middle of the night to prepare a whole whatever for the husband. And she came from working, she preaches, and the husband was waiting for her to come in and cook a whole spread of food for him to eat. And this goes on. Like, you cook, you serve him, come back, take the food, or cook for him, cook for his whole entire friends. Friends would just pop in anytime they want, no notice. It's just like you and your kids become a piece of furniture in the home, not regarded, not respected, but yet this man will be demanding respect. Truthfully, I have a lot of empathy for her as a woman too, who have been through a really tumultuous, long relationship, marriage that ended up in divorce. Not because I wanted it, but because people change, and accepting that people change is a big deal. Radical acceptance is a big deal, and your stepstone in your healing. like just waking up to the fact that there's no coming back from that. The way that person is unwilling to resolve issues, the way that person has changed over time. And it's okay for people to change. We change, I change too. But when you have children together, a lot of our men don't do a great job in regarding to communication, emotional regulation, conflict resolution, especially just jump and go to the next woman, because culturally, this is what this lady was supporting. But until she was hit by the big truck of this man being conditioned by the society in which we roll, especially in African, especially in the Christian community, where the misogynistic mindset of men and the role of women, the pushing of women down, the silencing of women with the using of scripture and spirituality to keep women quiet and silent and in a submissive role, led to her now having this divorce. And now the table is flipped on her face. And now she's changing her narrative, her belief system. You know, yes, people are saying she needs to come and apologize for what she's done over the years. Fine, she does is great. If not, her redemption is the fact that she's speaking to the fact that it's not okay to allow an abusive man to trample all over you. Look at her before and after pictures, even when she was in the marriage versus when being out of it, how she looks refreshed, rested. You know, she's now embracing doing her hair, doing her makeup. Way before all these things where she was like, her hair was always wrapped. The fact also is to look at that when you're with an abuser, you find ways to do things to appease the abuser so you can tolerate being with them. So when as a psychiatric nurse practitioner, I can vouch to the fact that maybe in those times, she was embracing the ideology of the man. Because sometimes you just roll along to keep the peace. So you kind of try to mimic that partner, even when you know they're wrong, in order to not rock the boat, in order not to feel like you and your children are constantly walking on eggshells. Because a lot of these men act one way outside the home, and they're brutal inside the home, from emotional abuse, spiritual abuse, physical abuse to you, the woman, and the children. The children are literally afraid of that man. When they walk through the door, they're shivering, they're scared, they don't constant. And this is not the way some of us are trying to raise our children. So they have a voice. The girl child has a voice. The boy child has a voice as well, and knows better and knows how to treat their partners, their girlfriends, their fiancés, their wives in the future. So this generational patterns of trauma in relationships, especially when it comes to African communities.
Woman, look after yourself. Look after yourself. Take care of yourself. It's not good for you. It's not about taking care of yourself or taking care of your appearance to please a man or to get a man. You're not doing that. You're doing it for yourself. It even gives you confidence as you walk around. It doesn't show that you're a good woman. It really helps with your self-esteem. It helps with just you feeling sane and feeling human. We're not saying buy an expensive 1,000 pounds wig and put on your head. We're not saying cover yourself with makeup every single day. We're not saying go and spend money on expensive clothing, especially married women, especially women with children. Just because you're married or you have children doesn't mean it's all your home. Take care of yourself. Take care of your appearance, your well-being. Go out, socialize with your friends. Do things with your friends. There is life before you got married. There is life before you had children. When you're taking care of yourself and you're in a great space, whatever a man will do to you will not destroy you. You might cry, whatever, but you will quickly pick yourself up because you're in the right state of mind. Women, take care of yourself.
I'm saying and I'll say it again. If my husband cheats, I'm not leaving him. I am dying with him. If you want to be the side chick, it's your business. You can enjoy your side chick. Don't come out. No more.
You see why I said Charlotte Oduro has to come and apologize to Ghanaian women, has to come and take ownership, take accountability for her words and how her words have impacted people, because she was not only a counselor, as she said, she was also a preacher. She was also a pastor's wife. She led a church with her husband. She was also seen as a religious leader. She was not only purporting herself as a counselor, but she was also a religious leader. There is an added layer to it, which makes her very influential and very powerful, which makes her talk this way to say that her views, her opinions are from the Lord. The holy message that has been sent by God for her to give it to people. This is why Charlotte had a lot and tremendous power in our Ghanaian community. I remember when she came out to say that she wouldn't divorce her husband if her husband goes to cheat. And there were mental health professionals who were saying that, hey, this is actually detrimental. There were people who were attacking those professionals. Ghanaians will rather listen to Osofumami, listen to the pastor, than listening to a professional who has gone to school and learned the skills that they can use those skills to help them improve their relationships and their marriages. They would rather go to their pastor's wife. They would rather go to their pastor. So you have to come and apologize if you want to. And other pastors, women of God, men of God, if you're talking from your experience, talk from your experience. Mm-hmm. If God hasn't revealed anything to you, please do not lie to the people. Do not tell them, God revealed this to you, God showed this to you. There is no need for that.
Let's hop on Ghana TikTok real quick. So this particular lady called Charlotte Oduro, she's a counselor in Ghana and currently divorced. And there are a lot of controversies about her because of the type of counseling that she used to give. She used to give counselings that were not balanced, very patriarchal perspectives that were in support of men and men's promiscuity, and consistently emphasized women submitting to their husbands. Now, I want to be clear, the purpose of my video is not to talk about her marriage and her divorce because I don't know the details. Mm-hmm. Also, nothing lasts forever. Marriage doesn't last forever. The focus of this video is to establish the discourse that it is okay for us to critique Charlotte Oduro's counseling and not attack her personally in terms of the dissolution of her marriage. If you were a counselor, then it means that you would have taken some social psychology courses, you would have taken some cultural anthropological classes, and therefore you understand that when you are dissecting marriage and relationship issues, you do not only present from a biblical or a Christian perspective. However, you present it from a holistic perspective, understanding that relationship has mental, emotional, and physical implications. And these were the weaknesses in Charlotte Oduro's counseling. Mm-hmm. Her counseling lacked emotional, mental, and the physical implications of relationship and marriage, and how a man cheating can pose physical dangers to a woman, emotional health, and the mental distress that comes with enduring a cheating partner. But because her counseling was in favor of men and Ghana is a patriarchal society, mm-hmm. they gave her audience. And this is one of the reasons why it is important for the Ghana Christian Council and also media agencies who host different people who claim to be professionals to do their due diligence. If somebody is saying they're a counselor, we need to know their credentials. Which institution gave them their credentials? What courses did they take for them to be accredited as a counselor? Mm-hmm. However, in Ghana, it is common for people to get up, call themselves different titles, and nobody does a check on how they became
accredited. And so this raises issues of accreditation and also for regulatory bodies like the Ghana Christian Council and other regulatory bodies who govern certain industries to do their jobs. Also, the reason why we can critique Charlotte Oduro's counseling is because she benefited from it economically. She became popular and made money out of her counseling, and so she benefited financially, and so we can critique her counseling. So it's okay for us to critique her counseling. And I've seen some of my sisters saying that, oh, she said those things out of ignorance. No, she did not. She said it because those things benefited her economically and it aligned with her. It was the type of counseling she was given that gave her the spotlight and made her popular in Ghana. And so she did not say it out of ignorance. It was beneficial for her because Ghana is a patriarchal society, and when you pander to men and how men can continuously oppress women in marriage through promiscuity, through cheating, you will be supported by Ghanaian men. Finally, this is more of a general advice to all young people who are intending to get married, especially the young people who are Christians. You need to understand that the fact that you go to the same church with a man, or a man is saying that, oh, I'm a pastor, or a woman is like a strong Christian in the church, does not mean that marrying them will work. Marriage is not just spiritual. Marriage is physical, emotional, mental, and financial. And so you need to make sure that you are aligning in all these aspects. Charlotte Oduro has granted interviews talking about how her ex-husband was a village boy, and her ex-husband's highest level of education at the time they met was a junior high school certificate, whilst she grew up in the city and I think had a diploma or something at the time. My point is, you cannot marry somebody because they're a man of God, because, oh, your pastor said this person is suitable for you. You need to make sure you are aligned emotionally, mentally, in terms of your worldview, the way you see life, the way you see marriage, your perceptions of relationship. It must align, and most importantly, you must be similar in terms of your family background. So this advice goes for both men and women who are yet to be married. Make sure that you are aligning emotionally, mentally, in terms of your background, financially, and not just spiritually. God is not in the business of matchmaking. Whoever you choose to marry, you will live with the consequences of your choice. We do wish Charlotte Oduro the very best, but I hope that she can take accountability for the type of counseling that she has promoted for several years until now. If you're not following, guess what? Hit the follow button.